So I'm sure that from time to time you go out and have coffee with climate freaks who say to you, you know, Dave, let's face it, this political system, the way it currently operates, is simply not capable of dealing with this problem in the time that we have. What do you say to those folks?
I say that is accurate, and I agree.
What would Biden have to do in the next 4 years in terms of getting control of climate change?
If Biden could do what was written down in the plan he campaigned on, we would be most of the way there. But there's no way to do that without legislation. So Congress would have to be involved. And we have a 60-vote filibuster. We have a filibuster in the Senate, which means no such bill is going to pass. So there's a growing sense in the finance world that climate is real. It's not a passing fad. There's going to be legislation. There's going to be restrictions on fossil fuels. There's going to be a ramp down of emissions. And all those policies will hurt the portfolios of companies that have carbon intensive investments, pulling capital away from carbon intensive investments and toward carbon light investments is going to have a kind of tidal effect on the flow of global capital. And that is definitely something that Biden can do without Congress.
Let's talk about what the fossil fuel folks are going to do about this situation. Are they going to fight back?
So they've shifted from denial to slow walking because, as you say, they are on the ropes right now. The COVID shutdown basically accelerated the future that they were already facing. They're facing decline. So the question then, I think, in their minds is, what kind of decline and how fast? And is there a way out the other side of it? They're now saying, we get it. Climate change is real. We have a plan for decarbonization that, if you squint at the details, allow them to emit, to dig up a lot more fossil fuels for a lot longer. They're pushing carbon capture and sequestration. They're pushing direct air capture. They're pushing other versions of natural gas. Basically, what you're seeing now is vigorous political efforts to slow and manage the transition in such a way that it's very safe and predictable for them.
They're also making the case that if we move too quickly toward clean energy, we're going to lose jobs, the economy is going to go down, and all kinds of horrible things are going to happen. That's an argument with a certain amount of traction, right?
Yeah, you can say that, and they will say that, and the corporate world has said that about every single solitary environmental policy that has ever passed. And then eventually they'll make the transition, and eventually they'll find, oh, it didn't cost as much as we thought. Oh, it turned out it created jobs. It didn't destroy jobs. Oh, everyone's fine. It's always BS, but it always works because if you tell ordinary people these big change will be bad for you, you're going to get some traction no matter what the change is. So electricity, the grid, utilities are absolutely going to be at the heart of decarbonization in every state, everywhere in the world, really. You've got to electrify transportation, you've got to electrify building, heating, and cooling, and then you've got to electrify the grid so you can hook those things up to the clean grid energies. So everybody, just like go to your public utility commission meeting. No one ever goes to those things, and they make decisions that control enormous flows of carbon. So that's the first place I would engage. Renewable energies, solar, wind, and batteries have gotten cheaper, faster than anyone has predicted. And that's true over and over and over and over again. And what's more, there are more people engaged in this fight today than than ever before. This quest to decarbonize is finally getting a cultural weight and momentum beyond just the progressive niche, right? Like that's something I've been waiting for many, many years, is like it finally seems to have busted out of its lefty political niche and now become like a culture-wide thing. We have to do this. We have to decarbonize. Just the fact that more people than I've ever witnessed in my life are committed to this and competing with one another to solve this, it just gives me tremendous optimism.